Hey, my friends, and welcome back to Plant Power Unleashed. Today we are talking about Dr. Sebi was right. Healing starts with alkalinity. Today we are diving into a truth that shook the world when Dr. Sebi said, disease cannot survive in an alkaline body. Dr. Sebi was a pioneer for us all, as well as many others. Now, I know that the phrase has been debated, mocked, quoted, and misunderstood. But when you actually study it, and better yet, when you live it, you see how true it is. So today, I'm breaking it all the way down. What does it mean to live alkaline? Why does acidity create disease? And how can you begin shifting your body towards alkalinity no matter where you are starting from? I'll never forget the first time I heard Dr. Sebi say, all disease begins with mucus. At first, I thought, what do you mean mucus? That sounded too simple. But when I started looking around me, family and friends struggling with asthma, which is mucus in the lungs, arthritis, which is inflammation and mucus in the joints, and diabetes, which is mucus clogging the pancreas. It clicked. He was seeing what doctors overlooked. And when I tried alkaline living for myself, eating whole, electric foods, cutting out meat, dairy, and processed sugar, I felt lighter. My skin cleared, my energy rose, and my mood stabilized. That's when I knew this wasn't just a theory, it was a blueprint for healing. Let's talk basics. Dr. Sebi has stated that fasting will heal every part of your body that needs to be healed. Fasting cleanses the arteries and the eyes. It enhances the nerves. Your body is always working to balance pH, the scale of acid to alkaline. Now, on the acidic side, meat, dairy, fried foods, processed oils, alcohol, stress, even negative thoughts. Acid weakens the cells. It fuels inflammation and builds mucus. Now, I want us to talk about how acidic foods truly affect the body. In your lungs, it creates excessive mucus in your body with the coughing, fatigue, chest pains, sinuses issues. Now with your bones, it's neurological conditions like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, that reduce mental clarity. And then you have your heart, which the acidic plaque causes heart attack, strokes, and cardiovascular disease. And then when we get to your liver and your kidney, most of the acidic damage causes inflammation, ulcers, and cancer. And then when we go to the intestines, it reduces the nutrients absorptions. And then with the skin, that's where signs like eczema, acne, and random breakouts occur. Now, on the alkaline side, fresh fruits, vegetables, and herbs, spring water, minerals, rest, and sunlight. Alkalinity clears mucus, oxygenates the cells, and restores balance. Here's the key. Disease thrives in acidic environments. Healing thrives in alkaline ones. Think about soil. Plant a seed in toxic soil, it withers. Plant the same seed in clean, mineral-rich soil, it flourishes. Your body is no different. I remember I talked with a woman named Tasha who battled fibroids, so painful she could barely make it through her cycle. She thought she had to live with this for the rest of her life. But when we looked at her diet, dairy, the red meat, pork, white bread, fried foods, sugary drinks, I saw it. Her body was acidic, inflamed, and suffocating under mucus. So we cleansed the colon. We shifted her meals, green, leafy vegetables, sea moss, fruit smoothies, herbal teas. Within months, her cycle were lightened. Her pain decreased dramatically, and her energy returned, which was a big win. One afternoon, we met for drinks. She said, Amber, I thought I was doomed, girl. It was just all this acidic. So my question is, if you think about your daily meals, are there more truly acidic or alkaline? No, because this really is the root of a lot of these issues. And number two, how do you feel after eating? Do you feel heavy and sluggish or light and energized? You shouldn't feel heavy and sluggish. You should always feel light and energized after a meal. And number three, what would it feel like to shift even one meal a day towards alkalinity? You would begin to understand that you boldly thrive, especially with the baby bananas and dates. For me, every time I add cold pressed juice, fresh fruit, I feel clarity and peace settle in. One of Dr. Sebi's boldest teachings was all disease is the result of mucus. But think about it. Every disease begins in the gut. Before any disease is reversed, the colon must be cleansed. The three enemies of the gut is meat, carbonic acid, which is starch, and dairy. The power of plant-based diet can reverse diseases. Some of the leading causes of death are vegetable oils, sugar, processed foods, medication errors that we truly don't talk about enough, stress, lack of sleep, and the exercise and fasting. Asthma is mucus in the lungs. Arthritis is mucus in the joints. Diabetes is clogging the pancreas, and fibroids is mucus in the womb. When the body becomes acidic, Mucus builds. When the body becomes alkaline, mucus dissolves. And when mucus dissolves, healing begins. I once led a community group through an alkaline reset. Most of them had high blood pressure or diabetes. At first, they struggled, headaches, cravings, frustration. But after 2 weeks of swapping acidic meals for alkaline ones, the changes were undeniable. One woman said her blood pressure normalized for the first time in years. Another one said her energy doubled. A man told me, "Amber, I thought this was just a diet, but this feels like life." That's the power of alkalinity, family. But I want us to dive deeper. What health struggles run in your family? It's time that we truly write this out. What would it mean to be the one who breaks that pattern? Not with pills, but with plants. And lastly, if your children or grandchildren could inherit either disease or health, which would you choose to pass down? The rate of disease has increased. At first, we had about 15 years. Now it's almost cut down to 10 of how quick disease is forming in our bodies from all this food that we are eating. This isn't just about you, it's about legacy. I want you this week to hydrate first. Start your day with a glass of water and lime before anything else. Replace dairy milk with walnut or hemp milk. Replace soda with coconut water and replace sugar with dates. And add sea moss gel, burdock root tea, or big salad daily. Do this for 7 days and watch your body shift. So we go to, what is an alkaline diet, you ask? It's 100% plant-based. No meat or dairy is consumed. The herbs are taken regularly to assist with health. Ancient grains replace refined grains and foods. And alkaline foods replace mucus-forming acidic foods. We choose life. We choose balance. And our body thrives in an alkaline state. Now, I remember I listened to Dr. Sebi explain that the truth about medicine when he won his Supreme Court trial. In the court case, he asked, "I said, Your Honor, is it a fact that the Holy Bible teach that herbs are for the healing of the nations in the book of Genesis, Ezekiel, and Revelations?" She said, "Yes." Question 2. Is it in fact that the father of medicine, 365 years before Christ was born, this man was healing every disease known to man, establishing the school of medicine known today? Do you take the Hippocratic Oath? So when you take the Hippocratic Oath, Your Honor, Did the father of medicine use herbs of chemicals? She said herbs. Yes, Bible said herbs. Third question he asked was, I said, Your Honor, last question, and my case would rest. Is it a fact that the human body is carbon-based? She said yes. And the substance that's going to complement the human body has to be carbon-based because the human body only accepts a substance through the process of chemical affinity. Electric body, electric food. She said, right, carbon-based. Herbs again. I said, I rest my case. That is a powerful story to remind us that the herbs is truly for the healing of the nations. If this message lit a fire in you, share it with someone you love. Together we can shift from surviving to thriving. And as always, stay rooted, stay rising, and I'll see you in the next episode.